So I came across this tweet this morning. It's been posted 16 hours. It's from Dean Scott. Disgusting to read this article of one veteran's personal vendetta. He does not represent the veteran community who disagree with his action and comments. The same veteran who then follow up on Twitter pushing to hit a following of 40K speaks volume. So I'm not even gonna click on the article, but I like going on the comment. So what happened here? All right, some veterans threatening violence to someone terrible. All right, what did it say? This is okay. I have something here that's always blocking this. Okay, disgrace racist to the core, has attacked the Sussexes and Lewis Hamilton on several occasions with his white love matter delusion. Okay, the person responds, he also would love to throw punch you. Add to that list. Wow. Okay, what did they comment on this? Okay, this part was being blocked from the thing I'm recording my screen. So this is what the person had originally said. He is a disgraceful human being, racist to the core, has attacked the Sussexes and Lewis Hamilton on several occasions with his white lives matter delusions. Okay, so I did guess the right part. Okay, he's threatened someone, they should report him. He really sound mental. Let's see, what else did they say? Wow. His friends call me a waste of oxygen, an anti-white hater. Note, I am white. He can't accuse me of wanting to kill veterans, all because I say Harry is a veteran and deserves the same respect as they think they are entitled to. They went crazy. It is a nasty punch. Wow, and this is who British media use to represent the British Army. This does not reflect well on the UK, and they should thank their media. Oh wow, he's disgusting. So that's what they are saying. What else? Can you imagine this guy? I'm really refraining myself from cussing. Harry has been paying it forward since he was 19 across the globe. What has this cloud chaser achieved? Okay, let's see what he says. Okay, because they supported me, apparently calling Harry an idiot for deserting veteran is now racist. The company have received lots of abuse because of it. When did Harry deserted the veterans? Could it be because maybe the COVID-19, they don't have the thing, what's that thing he does? I can't even think right now, so early in the morning. Okay, what did they say? Okay, I missed something. When did Harry dismiss veteran? This dude needs help. Imagine if Harry ever called a white supremacy. They will ask for his head. All he did in his role as the president of Commonwealth Trust was ask that Britain be willing to have difficult conversation about its past.
When it comes to sort of institutional and systemic racism, it's there and it stays there because someone somewhere is benefiting from it. We can't deny or ignore the fact that all of us have been brought up and educated to see the world differently. However, once you start to realize that there is that bias there, then you need to acknowledge it. You need to acknowledge it, but then you need to do the work to be able to become more aware so that you can... Exactly what you're saying.
Okay, so people are paying attention. Hell will have been unleashed. It pays to do good and boring to be bad. Prince Harry. There's more reply. What else did they say? When he passed up a Royal Marine commemoration to go to a film premiere to hug Meghan for voiceover. Glad to help. Huh? When did... Oh, God. You didn't help. A gullible tabloid consumer only helps to make them richer. Shameful. So they post something here. I don't like to click on the tabloid. I'll leave that for Hugo. I blame his evil money. Okay, so that's that. I didn't read this as this man representing a whole community, but I did read that he feels let down. Why is there such outrage? I mean, everybody have their own lives. I mean, he's not a baby. He needs somebody to hold his hand. But when did Harry desert any veterans? He's actually doing so much for veteran with his thing. Oh my God, I can't think of the name of the thing. Dean. Okay, there's another tweet response from Sussex Squad podcast. Dean, thanks for always being a true brother to Prince Harry and showing up for him. Unfortunately, people like Trevor exist. He most likely is in a dark place, and he thinks lashing out and selling out someone who served and was the trench for a few bucks will help. So sad. Okay. I follow her on YouTube. So let's see what she said, what response to that. There is an old saying, a hit dog will holler. I think you hit the nail on the head with their behavior, and they didn't like it. I hope they didn't upset you too much. Someone said something here. I don't have that person's tweet. Either she blacks me or I blacked her. I don't know. Some people lash out with nastiness when they have no real point, when their logic is faulty. Glad you've moved past it. They weren't worth your energy. Hugs. Bang on Dean. He's the particular veteran has got his own agenda without a doubt. Unfortunately, he seems to have built up a following who can't see him for what he is. I mean, it's like, the nastiness will always have the louder voice. So anybody who does good, their voice is lowered. They try to mute them. But eventually, anyway, let's see. What a nasty man you seem to be. Harry has fought tirelessly for wounded veterans since leaving the army with his Endeavour Fund and Victor's Game. That's the term I was looking for. I couldn't remember. And Victor's Game. No other royals has done so much for veterans as Harry, but here you are writing vile comments about him. And I suggest that instead of spouting off, you read the thread correctly. Neither Dean nor I were criticizing Harry. Believe me, I'm acutely aware of how much work his has put in the support of veterans. I wasn't spouting off, actually. I was answering an extremely insulting comment. So that when some maybe that person she was responding to probably delete his tweet, so the next person thought it was referring to her. So that's some stuff. When you're online, you can't really go off on people unless you really ask them what you were thinking, if what they meant is what it is. Because sometimes people say nasty thing, then they delete it, and the next person who had already responded miss some of the tweet. So yeah, that was kind of funny, this part. Okay, let me continue. Absolutely. Thank you for speaking out. So that's responding to the original person thread. Maybe that's to replace everyone who has unfollowed them for their dreadful behavior, me being one. Well, be waiting a very long time for an example of that bad behavior. Oh, unless they pull out a Wimbledon one. Alright, let's see this. Thank Dean for being a true friend to Harry. Okay. This is what he said to me at the end of my post this morning. I said, ugliness has a way of coming back to you. His response, bring it on. Let me click on it. Bring it on, shitbag. You're showing who you truly are. I have to consider the source. Your words have no power. You're nothing. Okay, every words have power. It may not mean something to you personally, but to others it might. I've learned that. Alright, what else did they say? How utterly disappointing for Harry. How? Okay, I was rather hoping this was sensationalism by this type of medium, distorting the truth as per usual. I can't and won't endorse this by reading the article. Okay, that's me too. Okay, it's a shame UK media and power to be continue to push the narrative. He's the enemy of the country he fought for and continued to serve. Harry devoted his life to service despite all the abuse from the media and general public who are quick to buy into the hate propaganda. He deserved better. There's a part of Diana I always put whenever a hard time comes because Diana had said it. I'll put it. I'll find the clip and I'll put it.
I just don't think I have as many supporters in that environment than I did. Yeah.
You mean within the royal household?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. They see me as a threat of some kind. And I'm here to do good. I'm not a destructive person.
Why do they see you as a threat?
I think every strong woman in history has had to walk down a similar path. And I think it's the strength that causes the confusion and the fear. Why is she strong? Where does she get it from? Where is she taking it? Where is she going to use it? Why do the public still support her? When I say public, you go in and do an engagement and there's a great many people there.
Okay, good on you for speaking up. It's a shame to see the abuse aimed at Harry. He did nothing wrong, but this particular person, he is all the comments using some foul language, calling him names and abusing anyone speaking up for him. Thank you for being on the right side. So that's people who's thinking that the original post, bang on the money. Well said. We know. Thank you. Imagine attacking your fellow veteran for a click and followers. Prince Harry could never be that kind of a person who will go bash his fellow servicemen and the media, no matter how he disagrees with him. He's a great person. There's a part, I believe this person, Prince and Princess Henry Wells, there's a part where Harry was on Obama's organization. They were asking him questions and stuff like that, and he had brought two young and is it two or one? The one that one of the person, like I said, it could be one or two, but I will be showing you guys the clip. Is that young lady who is serving, helping her community. They were asking him about her situation. He did not want to say it. You will have to pay attention to the clip to see what I'm talking about. I realize he refrained from saying her what she went through. The girl had slipped a letter, a note to him when he went to the community at that time. And it was mostly guys and stuff like that, and the girl was afraid to speak because these are the people she grew up, so she didn't want to say her issues, but she slipped Prince Harry her situation, whatever she went through, and Prince Harry read it, and that's how they sort of got in contact or get in touch, and I guess they become good friends within, with what they're doing. So Harry is a person who, when you tell him something, he doesn't want to, he will not say it. So at that thing, at the Obama's thing, he let the girl say what her version. So he didn't really say much. So I believe that because I saw it.
So this is the perfect segue. I'm going to bring out our two other guests because we can go deeper on this issue. So Chantal Stefanovic is going to come out, Stefanovic, and David Peterson. They're coming right out. And this is a real life example. You're touring Nottingham, and she gives you a letter, right?
Touring.
Well, I mean, you're busy.
Me and my band, yeah.
I didn't mean it that. I mean, but you're going around observing conditions and issues. I'm certainly not meaning to make light that are pretty significant. And this woman comes up to you and gives you a letter.
There was a group of them actually in the community recording studio, and the whole point was I was going to be there and we were going to have an open discussion and talk about the issues of which these guys were facing and hopefully get to some solutions.
But she didn't want to talk.
She was the only person that decided not to talk, and then handed me a letter afterwards.
I was the only female in the room as well. And
Out of how many people?
there was about 12 to 13. I was the only female, and a lot of these people that were around me, you know, I lived in that area, and for a long time you hold what's happened to you very close to your heart, and you don't want to express it because you don't want people to judge you. And because I lived around those people, you know, I just felt a little bit uncomfortable, so I forced a letter on him instead.
So you planned it. You said, I'm going to write a letter before I see, and then you read the letter. What did the letter say?
The letter was her life story on well, actually it wasn't your life story. It was as much as you could say on a two-sided piece of A4, because she quite understandably didn't want to share most of the stuff that she'd been through, which is pretty harrowing. She didn't want to share that amongst that group of people. So she decided to say, right, you need to know my backstory. You need to know exactly what happens in this community. There it is. It's in a letter. So, and I really respect and admire that. But it was exactly what I needed to know, that we were in the right place.
And then afterwards, you two have had this great partnership, the foundation and Full Effect, and you've actually developed a friendship. I mean, I watched you together. You seem very comfortable with each other. Is that odd to you? Does that seem unusual? I mean, I feel even odd asking, you know?
Okay, I sit between both camps. The piece is far from edifying and doesn't reflect well on Trevor at all. Notwithstanding that, I have lost all time for Harry. That particular ledger has long since been emptied of any respect or sympathy. Okay. Thank you so much. I can't believe we are still here supporting our people, Prince, and our allies, the veterans and servicemen and women were turning against him. So happy to see that we are still all together to support Captain Wells on his so many fight for equality. I hope the tabloid pay him well to betray a fellow veteran who serve his country and who continue to support the military community. That's true, he's still doing that. It's just because of the COVID, he couldn't do the Invictus game this year. So we shall see when all of this is done, the pandemic, and see how when he does the Invictus game, how he is being responded or welcome. Because this, you know, now that the COVID is everywhere, I think is embodying, you know, affecting people's brain. So there's so much more on the tweet. I'll copy the link of the tweet and put it in the description. So that's it. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share.